Hey guys, and welcome back to our Meet the Space channel.
Hi everyone!
We are about to have an episode full of questions and answers, all from you guys. So get some popcorn.
Popcorn or a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. We wanted to make this series. It's going to be called Sit Down with the Spees, which is basically just going to be kind of a Q&A where we can just answer some of your questions. Some of you maybe want advice or opinions, and we just want to sit down with you all and share it. So, without further ado,
here we go. Question number 1. Is your child a wish?
yes, he was a wish.
Absolutely.
So we decided, actually, when did we decide that we would start trying? It was just before we went to New York. So we went to New York in September 2019.
Yes, we did.
And I think I came off my pill in the August. So, and then I had my first cycle when we were in New York.
Yeah.
So we kind of started trying then. And then that first month, we didn't get pregnant.
No.
And then the second month, we didn't get pregnant. And then the third month of trying, we got pregnant. So I think for me, I didn't expect it to happen so quick.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely share that opinion because it was, obviously our first time, so you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, I think when you conceive for the first time, it's kind of, you don't even know if you can. You don't know if maybe there's an issue with one of you or both of you, and until you actually know that you can get pregnant, you might think that you can, but you never really know. So, and it's such an emotional roller coaster, I think. From the minute you decide to start trying, it's an emotional kind of roller coaster, especially for me, because I want it to happen straight away. So I feel like I get really excited, and then it's disappointment if you find out you're not pregnant, and then you get a negative pregnancy test, and then you're like, okay, we'll try again. So you get excited, and then we had another negative. I don't know, it is an emotional journey, but for us, I think to say that we conceived in 3 months was a blessing, and I feel very lucky that it happened so fast.
What was interesting for me though, as the dad, because everything happens, inside her body. And for me, it was, it's one thing to talk about, children, kids, having kids. But it's a second thing to actually decide, all right, let's try.
Yeah.
Let's go. And then it's another thing when you see the test and you're actually pregnant. Everything happens inside her body. So for me, it's like, I'm done. That's what you think. But it's not. Because as much as she is emotionally attached to whatever is happening, like there's a lot of hormones rushing through her body, like it's literally like this.
I get mood swings.
I remember days you were really happy and then suddenly she was crying. And I'd be like, or my dad would just be like, hey.
Oh God, his dad.
And then Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
So it just for me as the dad, I really enjoyed the process, obviously, as well. But it's just that moment you decide a switch, like when, and I immediately was like, okay, life is going to be different. There's something inside you, and I can't describe yet what it is, but it's almost that feeling of immediate responsibility that you feel to something that's like microscopically small, like so small, but already it's got so much meaning, so much value and significance and love.
Yeah, and I think when you get pregnant for the first time and you don't really know what to expect and you're thinking about it, but then when you are actually pregnant and it's real and it's like, oh my gosh, there's no going back, like this is happening.
Yeah, there's no going back. That's indeed, because that's one of the things I felt after we
saw the positive.
Yeah, after we saw the positive, my first reaction was actually like, whoa.
Okay.
There's no going back.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
No going back.
So it is, it puts smiles on our faces.
I know, it was so good. We were like both replaying it in our heads, I think. It was so good.
Yeah, that's a really nice question.
Yeah, thanks for that question. Second question?
Yeah.
I think also related to pregnancy, was, do we miss being pregnant, or are we happy kind of to not be anymore? And I really do. I loved being pregnant. And I see a lot of people on my like Instagram, and Dennis's sister, we could say, right?
Yeah.
Dennis's sister is pregnant, and I am so happy to like see her and talk to her, because obviously I've experienced it. But I do have to say there's like a little bit of envy. I'm not gonna say jealousy, but I just, because I miss it, and it's just such a wonderful experience. I was quite blessed, or we were blessed. We had a low risk pregnancy. I mean, the birth was another story, but the pregnancy was pretty easy breezy, and we both really enjoyed the whole pregnancy. You know, we didn't have any complications in that respect. So I loved it, and I miss it, and I loved my pregnancy body. Oh my God, I loved my bump. I loved feeling Elijah in there. So yeah, I do miss it.
And for me, again, I'm going to refer it as the dad. I mean, I am a dad,
Yeah.
but what's wonderful to see is, like, I always thought the female body is really interesting. Like, there's a lot of things happening, but as soon as we got pregnant, then I started to realize like how crazy interesting and wonderful the female body is, because they grow a human being
from the size of a seed.
Yeah, and it's just crazy, all the hormones the body releases, all the chemical reactions that are happening in order to make the cooperation between body, mind, and soul and organs. It's amazing. So for me, seeing her, you know, gaining weight, seeing her starting to feel dizzy, or seeing her having like pain in joints, it's all a reaction to the pregnancy. Obviously, to see the baby grow and to feel the baby.
And the first time Dennis felt the baby, Elijah kicked him in the face.
Yeah, I was having my like ear on her tummy tums, and he kicked me here on the cheekbone. I felt like a little thunk. I was like, hey.
That was cool.
So yeah, and especially as a dad, that's really cool, because again, everything happens inside of her, but when you can feel the baby move, that's kind of the first sort of conversation.
And physical connection. Again.
Yeah, it's a physical connection, and the first sort of like response you get from the unborn baby. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. Question number 3. This is a really interesting and great question, and we'd love to talk about this.
Yeah, and we hope we can kind of offer some advice.
Yeah.
Maybe. So the question was advice on coming out to your parents. How to come out to your parents, I presume, as gay. Obviously neither Dennis or I are gay, so we've actually never had to do it, but we do know, we have a lot of gay friends. 2 of my best and closest friends are both gay, and they're just wonderful. So I've obviously spoke to them about how they came out to their parents and things, and I just think from my advice and from speaking to a lot of my friends, is to just be honest. Definitely, I think you should definitely tell your parents. I feel like feeling like you have to live a lie all the time because you're scared to come out, because you worry about their reaction, is really unfair to yourself. You know, it's really hard, and it's really hard to live in a lie, because you're always trying to be someone you're not. You're always going to have a mask on, and a lot of people will maybe be able to see through that. If you're not being your genuine self, a lot of people can see that. And you deserve to be happy and to be who you are. And as parents now, I know 100% with our son, whether he's gay, straight, bisexual, transgender, whatever he is, whatever sexual preference he has, he is our son no matter what. We love him unconditionally. So I would say just be honest. I would pick a time where you can just say, could we just sit at the table, have a cup of coffee, and just say, you know, I have something really important I want to share with you, and just be honest. You know, as far as I know, parents will they would be happy for you for being who you are, in my opinion. And I can imagine it's very scary being the person that has to come out, and you've probably thought of so many different scenarios about how they might react. What are they going to say? Are they going to be angry? Are they going to be disappointed? Are they going to be happy? Like, you don't know, but honesty is the best policy. That's my advice.
And to echo on that, actually, which is just a brilliant answer.
Thank you.
I mean, we all automatically do it. Shani just did it as well. You kind of, even with her wonderful answer, there is a sort of like heaviness to the subject coming out. And I don't know what it is, what it feels like, you know, to come out. I don't know how you feel. But my opinion is we've got a lot of gay friends and we love them. They love us, they love the world. I experience it as something normal. And I know that the world, unfortunately, likes to put people in boxes. But I don't. We don't.
Yeah.
So the question has been asked to us as a couple. So our answer, I think I can speak for the both of us, is that it is normal. You are who you are. Sit down with your parents. Don't make it a heavy thing. I'm not telling you what to do, but what I want to say from the pureness of my heart is don't make it a heavy thing, because it's something normal. It is you. It's you.
Mm.
And how wonderful if you can be you. And whether...
And never be ashamed. You should never feel ashamed of being who you are. And just think about once you've done it, like you've had this, I'm not going to say burden, but this kind of, you know, weight on your shoulders, trying to build up the confidence to do it, to come out, and just imagine how freeing it will be when you do it. That whole weight and pressure lifted off your shoulders, you know.
And remember, guys, it is your birthright to feel fulfilled. It's your birthright to feel happy. Yeah. It's your birthright to be who you want to be. Yeah. To be your authentic self. So it is your birthright.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it. So the last 3 questions we're going to like merge into one. I feel like we've talked about this for ages, so we're going to try and keep it not too long. The first one is really easy, kind of. What is your job? Nothing. Being a mother, being a father.
Yep.
We don't have work at the minute. I mean, I'm on my maternity leave anyway. So yeah, I have no job.
And I have no job either. So yeah, we are I'm on the, because, you know, I'm a musical theater artist. We're on I received money from the state, as you all know, like it's like a furlough.
Yeah.
So yeah, my job is to solely be a dad and a partner.
And we're loving it.
Yeah. The next question is, what are the highs and lows
of lockdown? Yeah. Should I go first, or do you want to go first? You go first. I feel I've gone first a lot.
That's really kind of you.
Yeah.
Really well, for me, a high for me personally is I love being at home. I love being at home and just be home. I love being amongst people, but I also really like me time, home time, being with my family. So Corona, you know, the pandemic for us has been, or for me, because I'm answering him, it's been wonderful. As in, I've been able to be home, to spend time with my family, you know, to spend time with people I love, to watch my favorite films, to read my favorite books, to just be home and enjoy being home. That's a big high. Yeah. A big low, however, for me is I also love to do fun stuff with people I love. This one. So and what we love is going out for coffee.
Yeah.
Or going out for dinner. And I think you guys love that too. So it's not something like that special. However, that's definitely something we've been doing from the get-go since we've been dating. And that's been something that's, that's been nagging me every now and then, because yeah, it's just lovely, isn't it?
We miss it, don't we? Yeah. Okay, so my high is the same as Dennis, really. You know, having a corona baby, and
of course, the corona baby. That's
yeah,
a bit high. But.
And when Elijah was born, we would have had to initially have been separated. So Dennis would have lived in Vienna, and we would have been separated for about 7 weeks, I believe, 7 or 8 weeks. And you know, for us, a high is that didn't have to happen, and we've actually spent every single day, almost for a whole year. Elijah's almost 9 months, and when he turns a year, we will have spent every single day with our son, with our firstborn.
I feel bad again, you know, because this is definitely that's a great high.
Well, I feel like your high was similar, that you've been home and been able to spend, you know, all this time with your family, with me and Elijah. You know, I think it kind of all rolls into one, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the high. The low is not being able to travel to see my side of the family so often. You know, we've been quite blessed. We've travelled quite often to Holland, because to see Dennis's family, it's only an hour and a half drive away. So that's another high for us, that we've been able to visit Dennis's family with Elijah so often. But on the flip side of that, like Elijah hasn't been able to meet his godparents yet, because they live in Essex. We're hopefully going to go there in the end of May, but it's just not, every time we've kind of planned to go, it's all gone to poop, so we've not been able to. You know, I saw my parents at Christmas, but now we're in 4 months, I've not been able to see my parents. I didn't meet my niece. My sister had a baby girl 10 weeks after Elijah was born, and I didn't get to meet her until she was 3.5 months, was it? At Christmas, yeah. Yeah, so I think that's the low for me, not being able to travel as freely as I would to go and see my side of the family.
And I guess another high for us, and then we kind of merged into the next
question.
Yeah, is because we had so much time to spend with each other or ourselves. We it opened up doors for us. We just had the opportunity to find out what else. What else we wanted to do, what else we are so passionate about too. Hey! Hello, Poopsie!
Hello! Hello, everybody! What was a nice timing, honey?
Yeah, so for, you know, it's obviously really rare having a pandemic like this coming along. We definitely realized that we have to change something in our lives, because we've got a child now and we are both unemployed. So, and this is something we cannot really afford or do as parents, or
well,
you know,
not what we want.
It's and it's not what we want. So we've been figuring out what we wanted to do.
Yeah, and the last question was actually, what has how do you translate it into English? What has the pandemic brought you? Kind of.
Yeah.
I think that's how you translate it. It's hard to translate, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what the pandemic has kind of brought us, these open doors, the time and the space to discover what we want to do in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll tell you actually now, because I've mentioned it on a few vlogs that I've been doing something I'm studying and wasn't quite ready to say, but I think I am now. So shall I say first?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I have decided to become a midwife. In German, that's a Hebamme. So I left school when I was 16 to go to musical theatre college, and obviously a musical theatre diploma is not going to get me into university to be a midwife. So at the moment, I am doing a 1-year course, which will give me the qualifications to apply for universities at the end of this year. So it's the course is called an Access to Higher Education diploma in midwifery. So I'm busy with that now, and obviously I have to achieve certain grades, and then which I will do it. I'm doing really well.
Really good.
So once I've achieved those grades, I'll be applying to university, and then if I get accepted to university, then we'll be moving back to Wales, and I will be going to university for 3 years. So, but I've been doing this course now since the beginning of February. And I'm thriving. Like the feedback I get from my tutors when I submit work and the grades that I'm getting, I'm surprising myself, and my confidence is growing, and the passion, I cannot wait. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to be a midwife.
And on that note, I am going to do something completely different. Over the course of last year and a bit, I have tried several things just to see what I like and what I dislike. And as I have mentioned on Instagram, I don't know whether it was a story or actually a post on my feed, you either win or you learn. This is a great quote by network marketing professional Eric Worre. You either win or you learn. And I've definitely learned a lot in the last, over the course of this last year. Yeah. And I arrived at coaching, being a coach. I've always enjoyed listening to people, helping people, talking to people, or, be of any help I could be in any possible way. And coaching is something I thought was something I'm really passionate about. That's like deeply rooted. And so I started doing firstly, I started having a coach myself because I needed to discover what my strengths are and what my, growing edges are, I won't necessarily say weaknesses. And from that point, I started to do a foundation course in relationship coaching, which is really interesting. So from that point on, I started, coaching people. And at the moment, I am doing a coaching course to become a transformational coach, which is absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait. I've got this weekend actually. I've got my second module. It's like a whole weekend of like Zoom trainings, and it's crazy. It's wonderful.
And then, and after this course, you're going to be an internationally recognized ICF coach, which is amazing. Yeah,
which is something I really wanted to do. So yeah, I'm busy building a website. So there's a lot of things in the pipeline. There's a lot of things happening. But yeah, starting up my own business, coaching business, Spees coaching, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, we're just both buzzing that we've had the opportunity to develop and, on a personal level, but also on a, family level.
And professional level.
So yeah, it's been amazing. Midwife, coach.
Gorgeous boy.
Shani always says, because the world always says you only live once, but Sean always says you live every day and you die once.
Oh,
so live every day. You've only got one life.
Live it every day.
Live it every day.
Yeah.
Opportunities will arise. Take them with both hands.
Yeah.
So we quickly switched from phone because storage is full.
Yeah.
But what we were saying is we were really vibing today, or still are. And
we hope you are after watching this video as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, guys, for those awesome questions. It was really fun answering them.
We're gonna do one of these, I think, every month.
Look out on our Meet the Spees
Instagram. We'll leave them in the description box below. And when you see us asking for questions, leave us any questions you want.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Leave us a comment.
Sharing is caring, guys.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
See you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.